in the fuel industry. When I say fuel industry, as a consumer, in 2008, I actually was introduced to Fuel Factor X. And at that time, I had a fleet of over-the-road semi-trucks. I had a construction company with large equipment, track hose, backhoes, skid loaders, high-reach forklifts, dump trucks, fleet of pickups. I also was doing some agricultural work with the tractors and stuff. Added all together, my fuel bill at that time was about $100,000 a month. That's six figures a month just in fuel. And Jefferson alluded to this at the first of the call. He was talking about the economic climate that we're in right now. Inflation's going through the roof. Fuel prices are going up. And the exact same thing happened in 2008. Matter of fact, I compare 2022 going into 2023, the exact same repeat of 2008. Fuel prices double. When they doubled for me, of course, that's easy math. Went from $100,000 a month to $200,000 a month in fuel. I was on the hunt. I had to find a way to fix this problem. I had to find a way to do something, or my businesses were just going to fail flat out. And a lot of businesses did because of fuel, especially in the transportation industry. So I went on the hunt. A good friend of mine actually introduced me to this product right here. I walked in his office. He threw a bunch of these at me. He said, go run those in your tank and quit complaining about fuel prices. Because, of course, I was looking at aftermarket computer chips, aftermarket parts to go on the trucks, looking at different fuel additives, different things like that. And then finally, after months and months of looking, I got introduced to Fuel Factor X through a great friend of mine. And I actually put it in my truck, blown away by the results. Didn't even believe it. What I seen was about a 13% improvement. At that time, I was driving a 2007 Dodge Cummins turbo diesel, and I thought I was up in the night. So then I went and took it and I gave it to some of my foremen and fleet managers and people like that, and they all come back with positive results. And then I really thought everybody was having a drug problem going through my employees because everybody's seeing results, and I'd never seen an additive that worked, and I tried almost all of them, everything I could find. And so then I finally decided to get enough gumption up to go give it to the guy that was going to criticize it the most, which was my father, who was a 6 million mile truck driver. He drove truck a lot of my life all over the United States, burned a lot of fuel, bought a lot of fuel. And then he came back with positive results. And I really thought, man, we got a hold of something here. So what's Fuel Factor X? What does it do? Fuel Factor X will reduce your emissions. It'll enhance your performance, give you more horsepower, improve fuel economy, and prolong engine life. I'm going to break this down for you real quick. There's 6 main ingredients. There's a detergent. If you've ever bought STP fuel injector cleaner, any fuel injector cleaner, we have that inside Fuel Factor X. So every time you turn your key on, your engine's getting cleaned as long as you have Fuel Factor X in your tank. We also have lubricating agents, which reduce friction and prolong engine life. Now, this product has been around for over 4 decades. 4 decades ago, fuel was 30, 40 cents a gallon. So saving money on fuel wasn't a big thing. However, being able to extend engine life in the mining industry particularly, they were buying this stuff by the drums and drums for years, just based on the fact that they could increase their service intervals and they could also prolong the working life of their engines in them large multi-million-dollar pieces of equipment, saving them lots and lots of money. There's also a fuel stabilizer. This is super important for your seasonal equipment, your boats, your lawnmowers, your generators. If you have bulk tanks, if you're a farmer or you got a trucking company, you got bulk tanks and you got fuel sitting around for any period of time, fuel will separate if it sits. It won't be as effective, and it may not work at all if it sits too long. There's a stabilizer, which will actually keep your fuel good for up to 7 years. We also have rust and corrosion inhibitors, which keep all the rust and gunk out of your system, whether it's in your tank or in your lines or in your injector system, wherever. Also a water demulsifier. Now, water destroys injectors, will take out your engine. It's important to never get water in your fuel. And if you ever do and you're using Fuel Factor X, it will demulsify that water so it doesn't run through your fuel system. Now, we call it Fuel Factor X for a reason. The X factor is the organometallic compound. What this does is atomizes fuel cells so they ignite sooner, burn longer. Therefore, you're going to have a reduction in emissions. And because matter can't be created nor destroyed, you're going to save money on fuel. You can expect to see about a 10 to 13 to 14% improvement in your fuel economy. Now, just to explain how this works, is this is the biggest question. How does it get you better fuel economy? Think about lighting a fire. If you go light a fire, are you going to go find a big log or are you going to find a twig to light on fire? Of course, you get the kindling or the twig because it's smaller, so it's easier to light on fire. Same principle. When you use this organometallic compound and Fuel Factor X, there's a chemical reaction in your fuel, atomizing your fuel cells. Therefore, when it hits combustion, It actually ignites sooner, burns longer, leaves less hydrocarbons to go out of the exhaust pipe and more power to go into the moving a forward process. All right. Candace said Robert Hollis is famous for documentation beats conversation. That's why I love Fuel Factor X. There's actually over 30 plus years of commercial clients that's already used this product. 2.5 billion miles tracked, over 65 million hours of use tracked. And at the end of the day, it just works. It's science. Matter of fact, in 1973, the two gentlemen, Ernst Otto Fischer and Jeffrey Wilkinson, actually won the Nobel Prize in Science for coming up with the chemistry of organometallic compounds. So just know, using this product or promoting this product, you have Nobel Prize winning science behind you, decades and decades of use, and there's all sorts of documentation on our website from carbon mass balance test and ASTM testing, et cetera, et cetera. So we also have testimonials really from all over the world. There's just 3 here. I'll share with the Hicks family, seen good results pulling their camper. Of course, Jody, she's seen some incredible benefits as well, and Dave Henry. But here's the deal. There's literally thousands upon thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of testimonials of what this product does, how it works, how effective it is. And at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. It has a 60-day money-back guarantee. So now it's really an IQ test. So if you're brand new to looking at this information for the first time, you just seen Fuel Factor X, about guarantee you're going to go buy some fuel in the next week or two. May as well get back the person who invited you on this call, order some, because if in 60 days, if you spent $59 on a bottle like this, which actually treats 320 gallons of fuel, super concentrated product, and you don't double your ROI, meaning you don't save about $120 by the time you get through that bottle, we'll refund all your money. I know you're going to see better results than that. I'm just trying to under-promise and over-deliver because I believe that's the way it works in business. Look, get back to the person invited you here. They can hook you up with some Fuel Factor X, whether you drive a van to soccer practice, whether you have a fleet of trucks. It doesn't matter what you have.